Hello YouTube chess lovers and my friends, this is Gunjan here. Welcome to my 17th episode of Dirty Chess Tricks Against Sicilian. In this episode, I'm going to show you a wonderful attacking line against Classical Sicilian, Scheveningen and some variation of e6 Najdorf. The opening arises after the following order: e4, c5, knight to f3, d6, d4, c captures d4, knight captures b4, knight to f6, knight to c3, and now black can respond in a three different manner. Knight to c6 leads to the Classical Sicilian, e6 leads to the Scheveningen, and a6 still keep in the Najdorf territory. Well, it doesn't matter to us, as after any moves, let's say in this game, black continue with Classical Sicilian setup, knight to c6. Against each of this move, our reply is very consistent. We are going to play bishop to c4, known as Sozin variation. And by far, all the theory suggests that as soon as the bishop appears on the c4 square, black should neutralize with the move e6. Okay, since the white bishop has been blocked up, we can now easily play the move bishop to e3. And again, black can deviate with different kind of moves as I have highlighted over here. But it doesn't matter to us as our move order is very consistent. So for example, let's say after the move bishop to e7, here comes the starting point of Velimirovic attack. And this is what I like about this opening. Not only it has a fixed structure so you can easily remember, but not many black players are familiar with this territory and you can quickly get an attacking position. Now before we move on, I like to quickly show you where the pieces belong. So for example, here white will continue with queen to e2, clearing a path for the queenside castle. And remember guys, whenever black played the move a6, we will always respond with bishop to b3 so that black cannot gain a tempo with the move b5. Okay, so after bishop to b3, our next stage is we want to castle quickly on the queenside. And after that, remember this superb attacking plan, g4 and then g5, which gives white a very fun and aggressive position at the opening stage. So this is pretty much our plan, and once you go through it, you will find out that it is very easy to remember. Now in order to understand this attack, I have picked two games for you. One where black did castle on the king side, and the second one where black do not castle and still find himself on a trouble line. In the first game, black continue with the move a6, and here white castle on the queen side, but personally I think bishop to b3 is more accurate response. Anyways, castle and queen to c7, typical Classical Sicilian setup, and now white plays the move bishop to b3. So here instead of castle, black choose the move knight to a5, attacking the bishop immediately. But you can easily guess white's next move. Yup, our trademark attacking scheme on the king side, starting with g4. And funny enough, black can't stop it with h6, as after the move h4, g5 is definitely on the card. Okay, black continue with b5, so he gains space on the queen side. but I think black is too slow and white pick up the pace immediately with g5. Black throws this in-between check with knight captures b3, and after a captures b3, now he removed the knight with knight to d7. So you can see that we have a double edge position, and h4 and f4 can be a good move in this position. But now you are going to see something very special, as we are going to witness one of the most devastating Velimirovic sacrifice, and this is what I like about it. Boom! What a move! And you will be surprised that even black castle, we can play this move and get a hell lot of attacking position. First thing first, white is attacking the bishop, and if black allows, white will definitely take it. Also, white is hitting the g7, so in the case of bishop to f8, bishop to d4 is a very strong reply. So all in all, if black doesn't capture this piece, then he is in a huge trouble. So let's check out what is happening after e captures f5, which looks obvious response at this position. And here comes the second important memory marker, guys. Do not capture f5 immediately, but throw this in between move knight to d5. Again hitting two spots, so black response is force. Black has to play queen to d8, and after that now we are going to take on f5, and you can see by yourself, even though black is a piece up, his legs will be literally shaking. The first important point you should note here that black cannot castle at this point, and the reason is very simple. Yup, f6 trapping down that black bishop. You might say, hang on, but I can take on f6, right? Well, yes, you can, but it just open up the g file, and it doesn't matter however black recaptures. Let's say knight captures f6, we can throw this deadly check, and after this, game is almost over. King to h8 is a pretty bad move due to the simple bishop to d4. So the best response goes as follows: knight to g4, blocking the file. But that doesn't stop us, as we are going to go with another super sacrifice. Yup, you guessed it. Rook captures g4, bishop captures g4, queen captures g4 check, and after king to h8 and the move rook to g1, white is simply threatening a checkmate, and believe it or not, it is not easy to defend this. After the only move rook to g8, white has the winning move in this position. Bishop to d4, king is completely trapped, and the only move f6 fails due to the simple tactic. Are you ready? Knight captures f6, sacrificing your queen. Simply black can't take it, as at the end of the sequence, knight captures g4 check, king to g8, knight to h6, double discover check, and after king to f8 and the move rook to g8, it's a cute checkmate time. So obviously black can't take our queen at this point, and the other move, bishop captures f6, completely fails due to the simple tactic, which forces black hand to capture with the queen, which allows us to win the piece in a broad daylight. So it is pretty clear that here black has to stop the move f6, and accordingly in this game, where black is nearly 2200 rated opponent, find the danger and continue with f6 by himself. Okay, white simply capture on f6, and obviously black cannot capture with the bishop, as after bishop to b6, discover check, black will lose the queen, so he recaptured with the knight. Now the third important memory marker you have to remember in this opening is, whenever the knight on d7 moves to the f6, we have this square vacant for our bishop, so our bishop will literally leap in, which create more conjunction in the black camp. Well, black has the only move, queen to d7, and white can give a check and take a rook in the corner, but I really like the white approach, which he continue in the game. He first take on f6, so black response is forced. Black has to take with the g pawn, and after that, white find this forcing sequence, queen to h5 check, king to f8, and now very nice retrieving move, bishop to e3, threatening a checkmate sequence. Black is obliged to stop this with h6, but to his horror, what he found is white deliver the second dazzling sacrifice with bishop to h6, bam! Again, black hand is forced, he has to capture this bishop, and after queen takes, king to e8, black is trying to run away, but white is not a fool, so he first stopped king to go on the queen side with queen to h8 check, and after bishop to f8, the simplest continuation in the world, rook check, king to d8, queen check, king to c7, and the easiest move, rook to e7, and black simply resigned the game. So now let's check out what happens when black castles. And we are following a game where a 2600 literally crushed a 2300 in just a mere 23 moves. Here black castle on the king side, and no prize for guessing white's next move. Yup, indeed g4 was on the board. Well, black immediately get the knight off with knight to d7, but unfortunately it didn't stop the typical Velimirovic knight sacrifice. Yup, knight to f5. So it's amazing that even black castles, white can do such a sacrifice. And again the threats are very simple, so black has to take it. And this time around, after knight to d5 and the move queen to d8, we are going to take with the g pawn, and you can see the idea is very simple. Finish the guy on the g file. Black can't play knight to f6 due to the simple bishop to b6 idea, which we have seen in earlier game. So in this game, black continue with bishop to f6. And after the obvious move, rook to g1, he park his king in the corner with king to h8. Okay, white says, no problem, I am going to come now on the h file with queen to h5. And from here onwards, every single move is purely concentrated on the kingside attack. Black continue with knight to c5, attacking the weak pawn on e4, but that just helped white to build up his attack with bishop capture c5, pawn capture c5, and now very nice rook lift, rook to d3. So suddenly from 18 moves, black is feeling the heat as rook swinger is coming up with a mating attack. So black thought, okay, no worries, I will play h6 first, and when white played the move rook to h3, which has a very nasty threat of queen captures h6 followed by checkmate, black calmly defend everything with king to h7. So at first sight this looks like you have sacrificed a piece and black has defended everything, so now what? But can you believe just one move and black resigned the game. Yes, you heard it right. Kindly pause the video and find out that super move white played. Are you ready? I hope you find this deciding blow. Boom! Well, the threat is very simple. White wants to capture on h6 followed by rook captures h6, which leads to the mate. And if black captures this rook, then we have this forcing checkmate, starting with queen captures g6 check, king to g8. Now comes knight captures f6, double discover check, and after king to h8 and the move queen to h7, we have a picturesque checkmate on the board, which black certainly want to avoid. So after 20 rook to g6, black resigned the game. That's it guys, I hope you enjoy and learn this very aggressive Velimirovic attack, which involves this nasty knight sacrifice on f5. And it doesn't matter whether black castles or not. The attacking stuff white get is more than enough to create havoc in the black camp and win a lot of games. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to like, subscribe and comment, and I will meet you in my next episode very soon. Bye and take care.